How's it going, guys? This is Rio Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. So Pro 400H is actually one of the most controversial film stocks that existed up to this day, actually. And you guys probably know it's a discontinued film stock, and it was actually one of my favorite film stocks that I actually shot, especially ever since I purchased my GW690 a couple of years back. And because due to the fact that the Pro 400H, you guys know, is made by a company called Fujifilm, and Fujifilm's film stocks are known to have the cyan green palette type of color, mostly on the cooler tones compared to Kodak's where it offered the warmer tones. Fujifilm was a rival to Kodak, and they basically offer something on a different spectrum of the film lineup. And there's something special about the Pro 400H which the Kodak cannot portray, which is that, like I said, the green and the cyans, and especially for shooting wildlife type of photography or nature type of photography, Fuji offered a superior edge in terms of that area because it looks really nice in my eyes. And even if you shoot the exact same location with a Kodak film stock, it always shifted to the warmer tones, which has that sort of like autumn feel. However, not Kodak, but Fujifilm on the other hand, if you shoot the exact same location, especially in the colder seasons, you can basically emphasize on that, colder environment actually. Ever since the Pro 400H was discontinued, I basically had some stocks left over in my fridge, and I basically thought for the whole year, where the heck should I shoot with the Pro 400H? And you guys probably know I live in Tokyo, Japan, and Tokyo is a really diverse location, and the majority of people who watch my videos who live outside of Tokyo know that Tokyo is probably 100% urban, super urban area, but majority of people don't know that Tokyo is a really diverse area, because on the right side is the super urban area where people like to socialize, and the middle part is the suburban area where I need to keep my distance kind of area. The suburban area, not many people. But when you go to the far west of Tokyo, that is actually where no people actually living around. Well, there are some people living there, but it's like a super countryside type of area. And it kind of surprises a lot of people because not many people know about this, but I made a video in the Takao region. And the top part is where the Okutama Area is, where nature, beauty is formed. And the bottom part is like a Takao Station that I made a video on. Takao Mountain, it actually exists around that area. The only mountain that exists in Tokyo actually. And I realized that although I made a video on the Takao region, I never made a video on the Okutama region. And I thought it would be a nice time to just shoot with the Pro 400H to see what kind of beauty is formed in that area, and to show you guys this is what Tokyo is actually. So Korea is sort of favored by a lot of people who like to hike all day long. You guys know I'm not an outdoor type of person and I don't hike that much, but I thought it would be nice to allocate 2 days on my weekend to just walk around that area to see what is waiting for me and to show you guys. So yeah. And as always, I will be shooting with a GW690 medium format camera with a Pro 400H film stock that I have in my fridge left over, so, and might as well shoot it before it expires, so. So after that, basically we headed down to Gokudo Art Museum, which enshrines a famous Japanese painter Kawai Gokudo who lived around this area and painted realistic paintings. And he was famous around in the Meiji Showa area. And his style of paintings was like far real, similar to photography. And it's kind of amazes me because you could get to this sort of like fine details with painting, and for me, it's impossible to like achieve that. So similar to that in photography, I thought it would be nice to like learn from him. Basically hopped onto a bus to a station called Cable Car Station to ride a cable car up to Mitake Station Mountain, and it's said that they're on top of that, and after you basically hike up like a couple of kilometers, there is a shrine on the top of the mountain. And after exhausting myself, I basically returned to the hotel, and can of beer basically did the charm. I basically had to go to a vending machine, which was within the hotel actually. They were selling for affordable prices, and there are some areas where they jack up the price significantly high, but this hotel in particular, they offer it around for like $1 or so for one can of coffee actually, so that did the charm. And they also had a microwave and sort of like a hot water kettle actually, so know that because this area in particular is like really super remote, if you go far towards the Okutama area, there's probably nowhere to like stay. There's like no hotels, there's no supermarkets most of the time. So I did so much research that I found out that this Kabe station that I basically stayed at is probably one of the largest stations on the western part of Tokyo. And due to the fact that there's a supermarket, there's like basically two supermarkets. There's an Eon and a Seiyu. Seiyu was originally owned by Walmart. So after my second day ended, for dinner actually, I basically found this eccentric looking restaurant called the Showa Retrocon, a yakitori restaurant that had this old Japanese vibe, retro vibe actually, and I basically ordered the recommendation, and it was actually last being in this area, being lost in time actually, around in the 19 like 60s 70s actually, looking sort of like restaurant, and they basically had a lot of like retro looking stuff. It was like so dark. I basically did not take any film photos, unfortunately, but it was a great experience, and I was like, drunk as oh my goodness, kind of. Soごちそうさまでした。ありがとうございました。ごちそうさまでした。こっちか。ごちそうさま。Basically it, and after that, on the next morning, I basically traveled back to home actually. So it was actually a great experience, like shooting with the Pro 400H, and I wish like Fujifilm releases another Pro 400H, maybe Mark II or something like that. I mean, because Fujifilm sort of exited the medium format film negative community, actually, they don't sell any film negatives for the color negatives for the medium format. Actually, they only have the 35mm now. They discontinued the Pro 400H and the Pro 168 NS. They don't have a medium format option, unfortunately, and the only company that's offering the medium format film for color native is Kodak's Portrait series and Cinestill 400D actually, which I need to get my hands on. I need to allocate some time on ordering those. So yeah, it was actually a great experience, like shooting with the Pro 400H, and I was like sort of surprised because I did not shoot that many photos, and I still have some stock left, so I have to like think again on where to shoot with this Pro 400H. And like I said, if you're ever in Tokyo and if you like hiking or if you like nature, this is an like interesting location to like shoot and watch and sort of like experience the nature of the Tokyo area. And I actually forgot, but in order to get from Tokyo to this Okutama region, it takes roughly 2 hours on train to get to this location specifically. So if you allocated a lot of time in being in Tokyo, it might be great to just stay somewhere around the Okutama area, because after you hike, it's really exhausting to come back to Tokyo. So if you stay for a night around in that area, it might be good for your body and soul actually. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, I'm happy to reply. I'm hoping that Fujifilm will watch this video and consider and reconsider producing the Pro 400H with using a different material, because I heard that because a specific material was hard to get by, they basically discontinued the Pro 400H, and I'm hoping that, fingers crossed, that they would produce this film stock, which a lot of people loved and still love to shoot if it existed. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. We will see you next time. Peace out.